All right, this here is tips on adjusting the suspension kit. And this is on my bad boy Rogue. And so, tips. My kit was purchased through Seat Warehouse. And that is the part number. Supposed to work on all these different ones. Pretty simple install. No drilling required. So, first things first. This really requires 2 people. That seat is very heavy. So you know right up front, there's a lot of metal in it. And so let's get to her. So first thing you got to do is unplug the safety switch under the seat, which you can access by reaching through the hole. And then I used a long screwdriver. You can reach down through there, and the back of the clip is facing the back of the seat. So just stick the screwdriver in there, kind of twist it a little so it unlocks, and then you can pull it forward. Second step just has 4 bolts holding it on. Unscrew them. Keep a good hold of the seat as it is heavy. Then lay your seat. I put it on a table. I laid it on its back. And then you got 4 bolts that hold the bottom slide on. There's 2 on each side. You just gotta slide it forward and backwards to get them off. And these bolts will then attach to the bracket, suspension bracket. Then on the suspension seat kit, it has stickers, front, top. It tells you what directions to go. So take your slides off. Then you want to, the one that was on this side that has the lever, you need to move to this side so the lever's on the outside. And you can see in there, there's a solid bolt hole, and then there's a slotted bolt hole. For this particular model, it goes to the outside on the slotted hole. And then what I did is I measured from the center of this hole to the center of this hole, tape measure, and I adjusted them out. And be sure when you put this one on that it has an opening for this lever. It needs to go on the same side as this lever so you got full adjustment forward and backwards. And so I bolted it down, but not real tight. That way, whenever I adjusted it, I made sure that it was flush before I tightened the bolts on. And you use the bolts that are supplied in the kit, because the other bolts you put back into the seat. Only problem I had was this lever here was down here. So if you have one that has fuel injected, you won't have this problem, but mine would come over and hit this. So I just slid a pipe over this, held the back down, and bent this end up. So works perfect. Then I put your seatbelt bracket, needs to go back on. It's a spacer too. And so I put the bolts back in the seat, but I did not tighten them. You want to leave them loose, but I put them in so it was aligned. put my seat back on there, and then up underneath, we'll be able to see this. There is a hole there in this bracket, so you can run your wire up through there, and then pull the 2 bolts in the front holding the seat down. Pull them off and lean your seat back. And that way you easily access your plug. Plug your plug in, and then tighten everything down. And then if you're like me, I'm a pretty good sized guy, I weigh 250 and I'm 6'2". So to adjust this, you pull it out, and if you're a bigger guy, you're gonna have to tighten it up. It ain't gonna be on soft. It's gonna have to be tightened up to firm, and I set it to where when I sit on it, it just barely drops down a little. So, but I haven't got to test it in the yard, but it feels real comfortable here. So, if you got any questions, comments, anything, send me a message. If not, like, share, and follow. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.